Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
You could get sick, right away. So you could get, I don't know, maybe flu-like symptoms or dehydrated, just with the bacteria in the river water. The river is just loaded with bacteria and organisms.
Would you drink water from a river or a pond? A new trend on the rise called raw water is generating a lot of buzz online, with people claiming the product is toxin-free and pure.
But while the water in, say, a stream or lake may look clean, as Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall found out, health experts hope this trend doesn't catch on.
If you go get a cup of that water, I'd drink it right now.
Darren Gray might not have heard of the raw water trend before, but he does believe untreated water is safe enough for drinking.
Well, when it's running down there, wouldn't you think it's getting filtered through the sand and gravel, and when it's cruising through the lakes and going through, it's getting, the crap's got to go to the bottom.
But experts disagree, saying the idea can be deadly. In
some of the third world countries, they don't have access to clean water, so they're unsanitary, so the sewage gets into water, and then it makes people sick, and there's a certain mortality rate that goes along with that too.
Basically, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, those types of conditions can easily be spread through water that's been contaminated with biological wastes. If somebody has underlying conditions, or if you're a young child, those types of conditions can be very, very serious, potentially even fatal in certain cases. So there's nothing to kind of trifle with.
They say from naturally occurring bacteria to chemical runoff, drinking untreated water is a major health risk, and there aren't really any benefits.
Number one, you don't know what's in that water, so how could you claim that there's any benefit from drinking it? There's just as likely to be things that are harmful as there would be anything beneficial. And number two, if beneficial minerals can be already found in drinking water.
But there are always those willing to take a chance.
I've drank in a lot of lake water, slough water. I've never gotten sick, so.
In Fargo, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
As we said, this topic has been generating a lot of differing opinions online. So if you'd like to join in on the conversation, find this story on our Facebook page. You can also follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates by finding Valley News Live, liking our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
One driver was hurt in a three-car crash at a busy intersection near I-29 in Grand Forks. Police were called out to 32nd Avenue and South 38th Street just after 5:30 this evening. Investigators say Ruby Roy of Minto was trying to turn left onto 38th Street when she hit a car in the intersection. The crash pushed the car that was hit into a third car on 38th Street. Roy was taken to the hospital for treatment. No one else was hurt. Roy was cited for an improper turn. The intersection was partially closed for about 45 minutes while authorities investigated.
Another reminder to move over when other vehicles are on the side of the road, after two people were hurt in a sideswipe crash on I-94 in Ottertail County. It happened this afternoon near Highway 59 near Fergus Falls. Authorities say 28-year-old Peter Risky of Reynolds, North Dakota, was heading west when his vehicle sideswiped an SUV that pulled over because of a flat tire. Risk and other driver, 21-year-old Amanda Hagan of Fargo, were taken to the Lake Region Health Care Facility in Fergus Falls for treatment of what was described as minor injuries.
We now know the name of the 2-year-old who was killed in a 4-car crash in Moorhead. Police say Zayden Engen died from his injuries. He was in a vehicle with his parents when they were rear-ended by a pickup on Highway 10 near 34th Street. Zayden was in a car seat at the time of the crash. The driver of the pickup, 42-year-old Jeremy Sagvold of Sabin, has been cooperating with authorities and did not show signs of impairment after the crash. Investigators say they believe speed was a factor. The findings of the investigation will be forwarded to the Clay County attorney, who will consider charges.
The only downside to such a nice day is the likelihood of slippery roads in the morning. If we all take it easy, we'll be able to enjoy another above freezing kind of Tuesday. Hutch, what about tonight?
Well, we are seeing those slippery streets and sidewalks redevelop as temperatures have slipped back below freezing, but not much wind to be concerned about. And a look at the radar showing a band of snow moving through northeast South Dakota, mainly focused on the Sisseton area and points south. Elsewhere, just a couple of light flurries. So an additional amount of light, slippery flakiness out on the roads tomorrow morning. For the rest of us, overnight temperatures will be coldest in central Minnesota. Single-digit readings there already. The rest of us will see temperatures slip into the teens. I am concerned we could see some areas of patchy, dense fog and haze as we go through the overnight hours as well, adding to the slippery morning commute. Now, tomorrow looks to be fair, but bitter winter temperatures are on their way back. I'll have details in your hour-by-hour forecast here in just a little bit.
It is January.
It is.
Make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions, so that will help you plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free.
Love them or hate them, officials say roundabouts are a cheap alternative to traffic lights in less busy intersections. But the Elmwood roundabout is apparently causing more harm than good in a West Fargo neighborhood. A Nextdoor post with several comments in agreement calls the roundabout on 19th and 7th ill-advised, as the too narrow road causes larger vehicles to knock down signs and run over sidewalks. Officials say it was installed due to residents complaining of speeding on that road. Residents say the city may have wanted it, but they did not.
There needed to be a calming measure taken for the street, and the city did that with the roundabout. But none of the residents that were present at the city council meeting said that the roundabout was going to be a good idea.
Officials say the roundabout is 17 feet wide and that a typical driving lane is usually 12 feet wide.
The FDA likes it, and doctors are on board as well. The device that will let them know in 30 seconds whether you've had a stroke.
But first, an airbag recall is being expanded, and with 15 automakers on the list, there's a good chance you're affected.